The gym is closed. Not closed for the night. Closed. Locked. Chained. The kind of shutdown that comes with cash and whispered phone calls. It's 1972, maybe 73. The exact year depends on who's telling it, and the location is somewhere in Los Angeles. A boxing facility with walls that have seen blood and spit, and men who thought they were gods until they weren't. There are maybe 30 people inside. No cameras, no reporters, no official record of any kind. Just two camps sitting on opposite sides of a room that suddenly feels too small. Boxing people on one side, martial arts people on the other, and between them, two men who've never fought but whose names already live in different dimensions of the same violent dream. Muhammad Ali stands near the ring, loose and loud, doing what Ali does. Talking, laughing, moving like gravity is a suggestion. He's in his prime, untouchable, the most famous athlete on the planet. Bruce Lee is smaller, quieter. He's wearing black pants and a plain shirt, no shoes. And when he moves, it's economical, like his body has been edited down to only the necessary parts. He doesn't look nervous. He doesn't look excited. He looks like a man waiting for a bus he knows is coming. Someone suggested this meeting. Someone else said it would be just for fun. But there are no smiles in this room, not real ones, because one of these men is about to be embarrassed in front of people who will never, ever forget. The air smells like liniment and old leather and something else. The weight of what's about to happen pressing down on 30 people who all signed an invisible contract the moment they walked in. You will not talk about this. Bruce steps forward. Ali grins. So Ali says, voice carrying, you really think you can hang with the greatest? Bruce doesn't answer right away. He's watching Ali's shoulders, his hips, the angle of his feet. I don't need to hang. I just need to not be there when you arrive. Someone laughs. It dies fast. And that's when the rules get explained. 10 seconds. Ali can throw as many punches as he wants. Real speed. Fight speed. No holding back. Bruce's job. Don't get hit. But here's the trap. Bruce isn't allowed to block. He can't grab Ali's arms. He can't parry. Can't check. He's not allowed to throw a single strike. And he can't run. No circling away. No retreating. He can only shift. Be there. Then not be there. But never farther than arm's reach. Ali looks around the room. Eyebrows up. Smile widening. Man, that's your rule? Bruce nods. You serious? Completely. Ali laughs. Big and loud. But it's the kind of laughter that's covering something else. Because the math is ugly. Ali throws punches faster than most men throw insults. His jab is a piston. His combinations are symphonies of violence. 10 seconds is an eternity in a fight. And Bruce is giving up every defensive tool except movement. The one thing Ali has built his entire legacy on destroying. This isn't a challenge. It's an execution dressed as a game. Someone's holding a stopwatch. Ali looks down at Bruce. He's got 6 inches on him. Easy. And his grin is a dare. You ready, little man? Bruce's face doesn't change. Whenever you are. The man with the stopwatch raises his hand. And the room forgets how to breathe. Here's what people don't understand about reputation. It's built in private, in gyms at midnight. In sparring sessions no one films. In moments like this, where the only currency is respect, if Ali can't touch Bruce Lee in 10 seconds, that story walks. It walks out of this room, whispered in the corners of 100 gyms, repeated by sparring partners who know what it means when a man who's never lost can't land a single punch on a guy who weighs $130. But Bruce's reputation is on the line too. He's a movie star now. That's what the boxing guys see. Choreography, wire work, angles. If Ali lands clean, Bruce becomes a myth that got tested and broke. The stakes aren't about winning. The stakes are belief. Ollie is testing now, trying to find the angle where Bruce says, "Wait, hold on." But Bruce isn't adjusting anything. "You know I'm faster than you, right?" Ali says. "Not a boast, a fact. You're faster." Bruce agrees. But speed isn't the question. Then what is? Bruce doesn't answer. Ollie's smile flickers. Then it's back. "All right then. Let's see what you got. Kung Fu Man." "On three," the timekeeper says. 1. Ollie's hands are floating now. Not fists yet, just potential. 2. Bruce hasn't moved. His hands are still at his sides, but his eyes are tracking something no one else can see. 3. Click. The first punch is a jab, not a testing jab. A real jab, the kind Ollie throws when he wants to hurt someone's feelings before he hurts their body. Bruce isn't there. He's 2 inches to the left. No lean, no duck. Just gone. Ollie resets. Throws again. Nothing. Bruce has moved 3 inches right. His hands are still at his sides. Ollie's third punch is a double jab, then a straight right, blurring together, the kind of combination that's broken ribs and ended fights. Bruce shifts. Not back. Not away. He's closer now, inside the arc of the right hand, occupying a pocket of space that shouldn't exist. The punch passes over his shoulder, close enough that you could slide a paper between fabric and knuckle, and Bruce still hasn't lifted his hands. Someone in the room makes a sound, not a word, just a sharp exhale. A lie stops. 4 seconds gone. 6 seconds left. He's not moving. He's looking, studying, because this isn't right. Bruce isn't reacting. There's no delay. It's instant. Worse than instant. It's predictive. And he's doing it without blocking. 5 seconds left. Ali doesn't set up this time. He just throws. A left hook followed instantly by an overhand right. A trap with no exit. Bruce goes through it. He shifts forward and left at the same time, occupying a sliver of space between the 2 punches. And suddenly he's on the other side, untouched. 2 seconds left. Ali throws everything. Jab, jab, hook, uppercut. A 4-punch blur. Bruce is moving the whole time, not fast exactly, just efficient, taking the smallest possible steps through a minefield only he can see. 1 second left. Ali tries one more time. A jab so fast, it's almost invisible. It misses by a 1/4 inch. The stopwatch clicks. Silence. Not the good kind, the wrong kind. The kind that happens when 30 people who thought they understood fighting just watch something that doesn't fit. Ollie drops his hands. He's breathing hard. His eyes are wide. Not scared, not angry. Confused. Bruce is still standing there, hands at his sides, breathing unchanged. No sweat. One of Ali's guys mutters, "No way." Another one says, "Run it back." But no one in the room believes it was luck. Bruce looked like a man solving math problems. Ali stares at him. How? Not a question. A demand. Bruce tilts his head slightly. "You want to go again?" Ali doesn't answer right away. You can see him thinking, recalculating. "Yeah," Ali says finally. "Yeah, we going again. But hold up. Let's talk about these rules." Bruce waits. "You said no blocking. Fine. But what about grabbing?" "No," Bruce says. "What if I redirect your elbow? That's blocking." Ali stares at him. "What about footwork? You allowed to step back?" "I'll stay close. Same range as before. So you could step back. But you won't." "I won't need to." The room goes tighter. One of Bruce's students closes his eyes, jaw clenched. Ollie's smile comes back, sharper. "You're adding handicaps. I don't want it easier," Bruce says. "Easy doesn't teach me anything." Ollie studies him, the showman peeling back. the competitor underneath coming forward. All right, we do it your way, but I'm changing my approach. First time, I was testing. This time, he doesn't finish. The timekeeper steps forward again. His hand is shaking. Same rules? Same rules. They step into position, and this time the distance between them feels heavier. Ali's not smiling anymore. 10 seconds. On 3. 1. Ali's hands come up lower this time. Tighter, coiled. He's not going to telegraph. He's going pure. 2. Bruce's weight shifts forward onto the balls of his feet. 3. Click. And this time, Ali doesn't start with a jab. He explodes. No jab. No feint. Ali throws a left hook from nowhere, aimed at Bruce's temple, fast and heavy. Bruce drops 4 inches. The hook passes through the space where his skull was. Ali's already throwing the right hand. Bruce doesn't come back up. He shifts left and forward, staying low. The right hand cuts through air above his head, and Bruce's hands are still at his sides. Ali throws a shovel hook to the body. Bruce rotates. The hook slides past his ribs. 3 seconds gone. Ali resets and throws a jab cross hook so fast it looks like one motion. Bruce moves through it like water. He's not faster than the punches, but he's moving in the gaps. 4 seconds gone. Ali changes tactics. He throws a lazy jab, slow, then rips an overhand right behind it. Bruce ignores the fake entirely, shifts 2 inches right. The overhand misses, but barely. For the first time, someone gasps. 5 seconds gone. Ali throws a double jab to the body, then whips a left hook upstairs. Bruce shifts his weight. Both body jabs hit the space he was in. Then he leans, and the hook to the head passes so close to his ear, it should have clipped him. His hands haven't moved. Not once. 6 seconds gone. Ali stops, just for a fraction of a moment. His hands are still up, but he's not throwing. He's breathing, and something in his face has changed. Someone in the room makes a sound. 4 seconds. Someone whispers. Ali's face hardens. He throws everything. A flurry. 10, 12, 15 punches. No rhythm, no pattern, just speed and violence and fury. Bruce moves. Not fast, not slow, just precisely, like he's dancing a choreography. Only he knows. He's shifting, leaning, rotating, and his hands are still at his sides. And then the stopwatch clicks. Ali's fists freeze midair. His chest is heaving. His arms are trembling. Bruce is standing exactly where he was 10 seconds ago, breathing normally, hands at his sides. Not a mark on him. The room is silent. One of Ali's sparring partners says, "Jesus Christ." Ali lowers his hands slowly. He's staring at Bruce, and his expression is something no one in this room has ever seen on his face before. It's fear, not of Bruce, not of getting hurt, fear of something he can't name. No one moves. Then Ali takes a step back. Just one, small, and that single step shatters the room. Because Muhammad Ali doesn't step back. Ali runs his hand over his face. Run that back. What? In your head. What did you see? The cornerman hesitates. I saw you throw. A lot. Did I land? Silence. Did I land? No. Ali turns to his sparring partner. Tell me what happened. You threw the hook. Should have caught him. But he dropped. Just his head. Then you threw the straight right. He moved forward and left. And the sparring partner stops. I don't know, man. How? I don't know. Ali turns to the quiet guy. Tell me where he went. The quiet guy shakes his head. I'm trying to track it in my head, and I can't. Then explain it to me. The quiet guy spreads his hands. I can't. The room is fragmenting. Believers versus explainers. Ali stares at Bruce. And for the first time in maybe his entire life, Muhammad Ali doesn't know what to say. So he says the only thing that makes sense. One more time. Bruce tilts his head. You sure? I'm sure. They step into position. Third round. The timekeeper picks up the stopwatch with both hands. Ali is bouncing. But it's tighter now. More tension. This isn't the loose Ali. This is the Ali who went to war. Bruce's eyes are different. They're not looking at Ali's face anymore. They're looking at Ali's chest, center mass, where every punch begins. Bruce is watching the source. 10 seconds. On 3. 1. Ali's hands are loose, but his eyes are hard. 2. Bruce's weight shifts forward. 3. Click. And Ali doesn't explode this time. He waits. Half a second, just long enough to see if Bruce is reacting to the start of the clock or the start of the punches. Then he throws. A jab. Simple. Bruce shifts left. Ali throws another jab. Same hand. No reset. Bruce shifts right, then forward. Ali throws a right hand, but pulls it halfway. Throws a left hook from low instead. Bruce's torso rotates. The hook passes behind him. 3 seconds gone. And Ali does something new. He stops punching. Just for a fraction of a second. Just to watch. Bruce stops moving. Like a mirror. Ali throws a jab. Bruce shifts. Ali pulls the jab back. Throws across instead. Bruce was already moving. And that's when Ali's face changes. He felt it. 5 seconds gone. Ali throws a combination. Fast and ugly. Jab, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Bruce moves through it like water. And then something happens. Ali throws a left hook. Big, committed. And Bruce doesn't move. For a fraction of a second, he just stands there. The hook is coming. Bruce doesn't move. The room inhales. Then, at the last possible microsecond, Bruce's head drops 2 inches. The hook passes over him so close that it displaces his hair. 7 seconds gone. Ali's hands are trembling now. Not from exhaustion, from frustration. 8 seconds gone. Ali stops trying to think. He just throws. Pure instinct. 6 punches in 2 seconds. Angles that don't make sense. Bruce moves through it, and the woman with the notebook sees something. Bruce blinks. Once. Right in the middle of Ali's flurry. His eyes close for maybe a tenth of a second, and when they open again, he's in a different position. He blinked. In the middle of 6 punches. Deliberately. The stopwatch clicks. Ali's hands drop. He's breathing wrong. Shallow. Fast. Bruce is standing there. Unmarked. His hands are still at his sides. The room is silent. Not shock anymore. Fear. Fear of the wrongness. Solly stands in the center, and his face is empty. Just blank. One of his guys takes a step forward, doesn't know what to say. One of Bruce's students is crying. Silent tears. Ali's mouth opens. Closes. Opens again. How? Bruce looks at him for a long moment. Then he asks a question. When did you decide to throw the jab? Ali doesn't answer. He's staring at Bruce, replaying the question. What? The jab. When did you decide to throw it? Ali's jaw works. I just threw it. But when did you decide? Bruce steps closer. When did you make the choice? Ali doesn't answer. Because he can't. You decided before you moved, Bruce says quietly. Maybe a tenth of a second, maybe less. But you decided. And in that gap, before your shoulder turned, before your fist moved, I was already gone. The room is silent. The stunt coordinator's face has gone pale. You're reading intent. Bruce doesn't confirm it. He just looks at Ali, waiting. Ali is somewhere else now, replaying every combination he's ever thrown. That's impossible, Ali says. You felt it, Bruce says. Third round. You stopped punching for a second, and you felt it. Ollie's mouth tightens. Because he did. The woman with the notebook speaks. Your feet. Your feet didn't make a sound. The whole time, the room goes still. Because she's right. Ali's feet were loud. But Bruce's feet? Nothing. Your breathing didn't change either, says one of Bruce's students. Another student adds, and you blinked. Once. In round 3. Ollie's head snaps toward Bruce. You blinked? Yes. Why? My eyes were dry. The answer hits the room like a slap. One of the boxing guys sits down hard. This doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense, Bruce says. You're just looking at the wrong thing. Bruce turns to Ollie. When you react, you're always late. There's lag. That lag is the difference between getting hit and not getting hit. So you're saying you don't react. I react, but not to the punch. Bruce taps his own chest. I react to this. The moment the decision is made, that's when I move. Not when the fist moves. When the intent moves. And how do you see that? Bruce is quiet. Then you've fought long enough. You don't just see bodies anymore. You see patterns, rhythms. And when the rhythm changes, even a little, you feel it. I just feel it earlier. The room is silent. Recognition. Because everyone here who's ever fought knows that feeling. Bruce is just more. Ollie takes a long, slow breath. I've fought everyone, but I've never fought someone who was before me. Bruce nods. You're very fast. Faster than anyone I've ever seen, but not fast enough. No one is. Ollie stares at him. Then he laughs. Not the big Ollie laugh. Just a quiet, genuine sound. Man, I don't even know what to do with this. You don't have to do anything with it. Yeah, I do. Because I can't tell anyone about this. No one would believe it. No, they wouldn't. Even I don't believe it. And I just lived it. No one leaves. The test is over, but no one moves. Ollie is sitting on the edge of the ring now. Not talking, just sitting. One of Bruce's students walks over. Sifu, can you teach that? Bruce looks at him. I can teach you to practice it, but I can't teach you to do it. That takes 10,000 hours, maybe more, but it's possible. It's possible for anyone willing to stop thinking of fighting as movement and start thinking of it as conversation. The body speaks, always. You just have to learn the language. How long did it take you? I'm still learning. The student nods slowly. The weight of understanding settles on him. Across the room, Ali's guys are talking. You think he was lucky? No. Then what was it? I don't know. We gotta tell someone. Tell them what? Who's gonna believe that? We were here. Doesn't matter. People believe what makes sense. This doesn't. The truth is too big. So it'll stay here. In this room, Ollie finally stands. Walks over to Bruce. They're close now. I want to ask you something, Ollie says. If I'd been allowed to hit back, if this was a real fight, what would have happened? Bruce is quiet. I don't know, because a real fight isn't about not getting hit. It's about will, heart. I'm very good at not being there. But you're very good at staying there. Even when it hurts, that's not something I've tested. Ali stares at him. Then something shifts. The tension drains. That's a good answer. It's the truth. They stand there. Something happening between them that doesn't have words. You're gonna be in the movies, Ali says. Big. But they're never gonna see this. What you really are. Because this doesn't fit on a screen. That's enough. Ali shakes his head. If I could do what you just did, I'd want the whole world to know. Why? Ali stops. Thinks. Pride, maybe. Those are good reasons. But they're not my reasons. I don't need people to believe. I just need to keep getting better. At what? At this? Being present. You're very good at fighting. Maybe the best. But I'm not trying to be the best at fighting. I'm trying to understand what fighting is. And understanding doesn't need an audience. Ali looks at him. Then he holds out his hand. They shake. You're a strange dude, Ali says. You're not normal either. Ali laughs, and the room relaxes slightly. All right, we done here? Ali says to the room. This stays here. No press, no stories. People start moving, slowly, like they're walking through water. The woman with the notebook stops at the door. She turns back, looks at Bruce one more time, opens her mouth, then closes it, leaves. The door clicks shut. The gym is quiet now, just Ali and Bruce. Lai leans against the ring. You know what the worst part is? I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and I'm still gonna be the greatest. But I'm gonna know that there's something I can't touch, and that's gonna sit with me forever. Does it have to? Yeah, because I'm not built to let things go. And you just showed me a question I can't answer. The question isn't about me. It's about you, about what you thought was possible. I just showed you there were more rules than you knew. Ali lets out a long breath. I gotta go. He starts walking, then stops. Hey, that thing you said about deciding to punch, about the gap. Yes? How much of fighting is in that gap? Bruce considers. All of it. Everything that matters happens before the punch is thrown. By the time you see it, the fight's already been decided. Ali nods slowly. He opens the door. Bruce, yes? Don't tell anyone about this. This story is dangerous. Not because it makes me look bad, because it makes reality look bad. Like the rules don't work. And that kind of story, it hurts the whole idea of what's possible. I understand. Do you? Yes. This isn't about who won or lost. It's about what people believe is real. And belief is fragile. Elise stares at him, then nods. He steps through the door, pauses. You're gonna die young. I don't know how I know that, but I do. You're burning too bright. Something's gonna give. Bruce doesn't flinch. Maybe. Not maybe. And when you're gone, people are gonna make you into a myth. They're gonna tell stories. And some of those stories will be true, but no one will believe them, because the truth about you is too big for the frame. That's all right. The truth isn't for them. It's for the people who were here, and they'll carry it, whether they talk about it or not. Ali nods slowly. Yeah, I guess they will. He steps out. The door closes. Bruce is alone. 30 people walked out of that gym in 1972 or 73, depending on who you ask. None of them ever spoke about it publicly. A few mentioned it privately, in whispers, always, with the same caveat. You won't believe this, but, and they were right. No one believed them, because the story didn't make sense. 100 punches thrown by the fastest heavyweight in history, and not one landed. Impossible. So the story stayed small. A rumor told and retold until the details blurred. The woman with the notebook kept it for 40 years, never showed anyone. When she died, her daughter found it, read the frantic handwriting, and assumed her mother had been writing fiction. She threw it away. The stunt coordinator told the story once, at a dinner party in 1985, and people laughed. He never told it again. One of Ali's sparring partners carried it until he was old and dying. And on his deathbed, he told his grandson, I saw something once that wasn't supposed to be possible, and it was the most important thing I ever saw. But I can't explain it. The grandson thought his grandfather was talking about Ali. He wasn't. But here's the thing about secrets. They don't disappear. They sit in the body, in the memory, in the way you move through the world afterward. Every person who walked out of that gym that night was changed. They didn't become mystics, but they knew. They knew that the rules were negotiable, that a human being given enough attention and discipline could do something that looked like prophecy. And that knowledge, silent, buried, changed the way they watched fights, the way they understood time. Because once you've seen someone exist half a second ahead of the moment, you can't unsee it. Bruce Lee died on July 20th, 1973. Cerebral edema. He was 32 years old. Muhammad Ali fought until 1981, long past when he should have stopped. Lived another 35 years, his hands trembling, his voice a whisper. But late in his life, when the Parkinson's had taken most of his words, someone asked him who the toughest opponent he'd ever faced was. Ali didn't answer right away. He just stared past the journalist, eyes distant. Then he said, so quietly the journalist almost missed it, the one who wasn't there. The journalist waited for elaboration. None came. In the end, what happened that night doesn't matter because of who won or lost. It matters because it proved something no one wanted to admit, that fighting isn't about speed, it's about time. And time doesn't belong to the fastest person. It belongs to the person who understands that the fight is already over before it starts, that the violence is just the echo of decisions made in the silent space between thought and action. And if you can live in that space, before the punch, before the intent, before the breath, then you're not fighting anymore. You're just gone, always gone, already somewhere else, waiting for the world to catch up. The locked gym is still there. Different owner, different name. But sometimes, late at night, when the building is empty, someone will swear they hear it, the sound of punches hitting nothing, over and over, and no sound of footsteps at all. And if you listen close enough, you might start to wonder, was it really Bruce who wasn't there that night? Or was it everyone else who just couldn't see where he'd already gone?